Hey everyone, welcome. Good morning. Here we are, like literally last 3 minutes before the competition even begins. Kind of a late start, but as long as I get in the competition right on time, it should be okay. Herps, hello. Herp says hi all. I'm excited for this competition. Good luck, have fun. Best of luck to everybody for the 4 cheese pizza competition. Of course, as always, Spartan says hello Dub and happy Town Star competition day. Good luck to all. Black Hole, good luck to everyone with the 4 cheese pizza build. Don't forget to respect the most important rule of the game. It is strictly forbidden to pass Black Hole in the leaderboard. I need to be careful because I think I do that every competition. Cream Boy, hello, good luck. Yeah, Martin, late start as usual, right? This is the no NFT required design that I shared for the build showcase. I'm not going to talk too much about it on the stream. I assume the people that wanted to watch the video for the build showcase already watched it. I'm gonna go back to the main menu because it takes like 2 minutes to do that. Mary NG, good morning. Oaken Shield, good morning. 28, hello, hello. Same thing to you, Rachel, hello. Grandma says hi all. And Martin as well, hello all, hello to you, Martin. Dave, hello. Mr. Troopa, have a great day. Have a great competition, y'all. Let's do some pizza, that's right. I am ready for this one. I practice more than usual, I think. I even picked up more NFTs to make this work. Like, very well. Like, I'm hoping to get top 10 on this one, but I'm still kind of skeptical when it comes to metas that require a lot of windmills. I mean, I gotta compete with like 10 people that also have bright winds, and I don't own any. So, sketchy, but we'll see. Milk Rush today, that would be decent, but I just don't. The only thing I don't like about Milk Rush is that it slows down my wood and lumber production because, you know, milk requires wood. That's why I love the Glass Rush so much. I don't need a crazy amount of money either. It's not like the fish taco competition where I needed to build like 60 restaurants or something. So I think I'm just gonna stick to the Glass Rush. It's not gonna take that long to set up. I mean, Tomato Rush would also still be good. Like, just use my twin tractors and start collecting tomatoes. I didn't test to see how many tomatoes that would actually get me though. That's the thing. So I think I just do the Glass Rush. Well, we got like 10 seconds. All right, good timing, good timing. Martin says more NFC, but he ain't no Paramin. Yeah, that's true. No Paramin. Not that many NFTs, Martin. Oh, did it start? It started. Okay, there we go. Join up. Good luck, everybody. Good luck. Martin says, I did not wait. Yeah, I got more NFT as well. Now, talent, where do I get talent? That comes from practice, yeah. Yeah, no, you told me which NFTs you got as well. Sure, it's going to be helpful. But I guess you're right. I mean, the more you play, hopefully the more talent you get. Practice makes perfect. Lazy DC says, good day, Dub. Hello, Lazy. Any second here, right? Let's see. Glass Rush, I'll probably set up on the southwest edge. That's where I'm gonna have my salt field, so those are easy to replace. Yeah, I have an idea of how to do the. Oh well, there's a couple trees here, but that should be fine. Delete all this stuff, get some cash back. Let's see. Let's see. Alright, that's fine. Yeah, I spent most of my cash deleting those 3 trees. I would not recommend doing that right from the start, alright? But if I can set up my Glass Rush in a specific way here, then I can easily replace it with salt fields in the end. Oh, I mean, if it's not deleting right away, that must be lag, right? Seems to be placing them at a good speed so far. That's fine. It's not gonna look as pretty as usual. Like usually it's two straight lines of 5 glass factories next to each other. But that's fine. Glass storage. Homeboy Gaming, hello. Good day and good luck. Thank you. Same thing to you as always. Tubuka, hello. For the time being, let's just do all roads here. Oh, well, let me put the corrupted stands. Gotta start making the glass as soon as possible. Doesn't seem that laggy so far, so that's good. Alright, I'm gonna put the dragon in the corner over here. Clear up some space. Town hall to make the trees grow the wood faster. Tavern, of course. Gonna make everything faster. Movement speed wise. And my plan is to set up the lumber rush or lumber production over here. Gonna be kind of far from the trees, but that's okay. It's not going to get in the way of any of my building. Oopsie for cash. And stars and stripes to make everything even cheaper. But like I said, it's not going to be like crazy expensive, not like last week. Glass bottles. I'm killing myself with the money here. It's not good. Don't need the oil seep. I really don't need any of this, so that's fine. So all the logger houses I'm gonna have on the east. Most of the production will be over at the west, of course, because that's where the river is at. Great woodlands, of course. Still got to set up the tree farms. Alright, this is going to be quick compared to what I feel that like the last 2 weeks competitions were, where it took over an hour to get all the cash that I needed. Okay, gonna be crafting energy there. Let me actually move that just one spot over. Okay. I did pick up some more legendary tree farms as well as salty salt fields, so that's going to help out a lot here. But the legendary tree farms, I mean, it's not like a massive help, but it is something that I can pretty much use every single competition. So I understand why some of the very top player, I guess I am a top player really, but like, you know, the people that are still above me, they have a lot of legendary tree farms. And yeah, I can see why. At least some of them. Simani says, howdy, looks like I'm starting late today. Are you really? Well, we're only 8 minutes into the competition, so that's not that bad. Unless you're saying you can't start right away. Okay. I guess it would be smart of me to have temporary lumberjacks. And then once I build all the logger houses, I can get rid of these. Yeah, I'll turn both of these on, put on guided blades. Go ahead and delete all this, because I like deleting everything apparently. Having a clean slate. There we go. And work on the roads while I collect the wood, lumber, energy to build the logger houses. That's the plan. Alina, hello, welcome. Martin, placing but not placing. Oh, so you are suffering from lag, huh? The Gala lag's getting to you. Oh yeah, let me turn on Miranda skins, of course, and the corrupted packs. Very important. I'll place down some of the milk barns. Just so I don't get confused up here. But yeah, my milk setup's gonna go on the northwest corner over here. Next to the river, but also next to the mountain. And yeah, this is just some of the barns, so I don't forget later. And helps me plan out some of these roads here. This water tower, I don't need it yet, but I'll need it eventually for the salt field, so might as well place it now. And should be placing some crane bots and starting to build some stuff at least. Are you saying the VPN makes it more laggy for you, Martin? Right, yep. And start building logger houses. This one's gonna be a piece of cake. Or a piece of pizza. Yes, VPN slows down sites that want to spy. Ah, okay. Yeah, bro, but really don't all sites spy? I mean, they leave their cookies in your cache and stuff, right? So like they keep track of when you visited and everything. And they share that with advertisers or other sites that they may be partnered with. Oh yeah, I know what you mean, because they'll check, they want to make sure you're an actual person. They'll do some verification stuff. Whoops. One of these roads is off. Let's see. I think it's this one. Yep. Yeah, that looks right. Don't need that. And no, I don't care about the gas. I don't even feel like selling it. A lot of spotted roads on this one. I think this is like the only straight road, and I'm actually going to remove one of these for a silo somewhere. But it's not like completely straight either. But this lets me have as many buildings as I can, I guess. I will end up with like some spots I don't use in the end, and that's only because I also picked up some tiny bakeries, like a little bit more than I use a lot of bakeries for this. I truly do use a lot of bakeries for this. But after I finished this design, I picked up the tiny bakery, so like I wasn't really like properly implementing that, if that makes sense. So I do end up with a little bit of unused space. But I mean, I make this as efficient as I can, given all the space and NFTs I have to make this work. But you'll see what I mean at the end. Morris, hello. Are we doing 250? Morris, who's telling you my production rates? How do you already know what I'm doing? Or you're getting so much better at guessing. Yeah, you're about right. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's an excellent guess. I'll give that to you. Yeah, 250 minimum is the goal. That was actually my goal when I started practicing this. Although I was very skeptical about it, and technically the only reason I was able to reach that rate was because I picked up more NFTs. Yeah. As some people say, I cheated. I bought an NFT. It's not really cheating though. So don't get me wrong. But yeah, that's a goal. And did I reach that goal? Yes, I actually did reach that goal. So I absolutely will do 250. If anything, I'll do a little bit above that. If everything goes to plan. I'm trying to see what else I can place here. I built most of the logger houses, but I'm waiting on lumber. And I know the windmills are... I could build them. Yeah, I could just build the windmills. They're easy to build. Yeah, this is gonna be fast, like 17 minutes in. Already making good progress. Whoops, I actually placed those incorrectly, but still making good progress. What's everybody going for their cash row strategy, by the way? I'm just kind of assuming people are going to do tomatoes, just like last week, but who knows? Maybe some people, they do like the idea of a milk rush. I feel like if you don't have a nourish barn, like you wouldn't even consider doing a milk rush, but hey, who knows? Wilson, hello, welcome. Wilson says hi. Most of the windmills. Can I get rid of... Yeah, I should be fine. Should be able to get rid of those. Milk to butter rush. Butter's not cash boosted though, right? Cheese is cash boosted. So does the... Yeah, I don't think the butter's worth selling, I guess. I don't know. Let's place down all the circuses, might as well. Circus, light circus is huge for this. I mean, all the freaking windmills that you need. Like I said multiple times, similar to a cake build, so need a lot of windmills making salt, flour, and sugar. So yeah, light circuses allowing you to have all the windmills on a green craft timer. Massive help. I do have another tree farm here. Next to the light circus, so it has a green craft timer as well. There's one here. Want to get to the meta as fast as I can. That's a great idea. I usually just wait until everything's done and then just turn it on. Because it's easier for me to think about it that way. So let me put the 2 big storehouses up front. And I need to build 3 barns. So I get those out the way. And I do need to build ATVs as well. I'm going to use 2 epic wheat cents on this. I usually don't use the epic wheat cents. But like I can make this work with the 2 epics, and then the 2 legendaries, I was nice enough to let my guild members borrow them. And of course my supporters, which I appreciate them very much. And yeah, since I was able to spare that, then that's cool, and I just use the epic ones. And I used to have a rare wheat sand, right, and the common one, but I gave those away as part of the community build showcase reward since I didn't really need them. I never used them. I will need to craft feed to feed these three. These other ones will have full passive feed from the Nourish barns that I might as well place down now. And well, this one's also still going to need to eat some feed. It will have, well, they won't need water once I place down the Nourish barns because that basically takes away the water requirement. Let's see. Two or three trips tomatoes, then on with milk. Yeah, basically a combination of both. Now what way did I have them rotated? Double check that later. I'm sure it's going to be very important, yes. It will matter. Chicken coop. I do have 2 Nourish coops, so the chickens won't need any feed here. And right next to them, I will have the dogs. Lucy and I'm not sure how much Sparky helps here, but it does give a movement speed boost to the ATVs. And I mean, I guess a movement speed boost to these cows that need to go here. But like I'm using it anyways. Like I need every bit of milk I can here. Same thing with, I said the same thing for the build showcase because yeah, I do wonder like what are people's main issue gonna be? Is it gonna be salt or is it gonna be milk? Because I felt like milk was a bigger issue than salt, though I was expecting like I thought salt was gonna be the biggest issue. I can place these down, start making sugar. Might get in the way, but it's okay. I kind of do need to wait on more lumber and wood. It's a little bit slower than it should be just because I have it like opposite wood production all the way to the west, lumber and storages all the way to the east. Yeah, little bit inconvenient, but I don't need to build any buildings in these spots. That's why I have them there. All the silos facing towards the roads. Go ahead and place down the silo here. Yeah, I'll place down the twin tractors too. Don't need them until I put down the salt fields, but that's fine. The Nana's Trattorias, also known as the tomato stands. They'll be right here. And surrounding these are going to be the Italian restaurants making 4 cheese pizza. That way they will have all the tomatoes that they need passively. Sauce facility NFT will be nearby. So it'll have the 3 tomatoes that it needs to make the tomato paste. It's just gonna have to pick up rice vinegar. I have a storehouse next to it. facing this way. They're still building some stuff out. Well, really, while I'm waiting, I'm just placing down all the NFTs that I'm gonna want for this. So I might as well place down the tables of appreciation as well. Normally, of course, I use these for Wine Rush whenever I don't need them in a meta. But since we are crafting cheese for this competition, this is gonna be a huge help for that, as it lets me craft cheese with half the milk requirement. So instead of 2 milk, I only need 1 milk. Plus, these are way faster, craft speed wise and movement speed wise, so much faster. This says 8 seconds, but that's because I don't have my birdhouses down. It should actually be faster than that. I could have done like a cheese rush also, like, yeah, that would have worked. But I still need to build the mixing tents and the sauce facilities, so actually that would have taken a while, yeah. Let me go ahead and place down the birdhouses up here, since I haven't done that yet. We're like, what, half an hour in? No birdhouses? Damn. Martin says, new fast computer and good monitors, of which one is gaming monitor? What a difference. Oh yeah, I'm sure it does make a difference. So am I second place because somebody already sold pizzas? No, he's, I don't know what he's selling. Something better than what I'm doing. More tables over here. And now it's 6-second craft time on the cheese. Super fast. And another table behind the storehouse. There's no road here, so it's a good spot to have it, since the table appreciation doesn't require a road. I do have it next to roads over here. That's just because I still need the road for other stuff, like this windmill. Oh, actually... No, yeah, I still need this road, because I'm going to have a mixing tent right here. Alright, so I need to build a bunch of bakeries, mixing tents, sauce facilities, and Italian restaurants. I think that's where I'm at right now. Still gathering wood and lumber. The salt fields, but that's at the end. That's tiny bakeries, but yeah, I'll place that in a moment. I need to continue to build here. I should focus on perhaps the bakeries first. Yeah, let's start with that. Put a solar panel to help out with the energy requirements. Since I'm already making some sugar and milk, yeah, I'll just go ahead and auto sell them. Trying to see what else I can put on here. Oh. There. I feel like it would still be a good idea to have lumberjacks temporarily. I know it's taking a while. Well, also some of the loggers will be busy now because they're bringing wood to the milk barns. Which I could shut that off, but should I shut it off? I really should shut it off. Let me at least just take this one off and take this off, and I'll put them back later. That way they just won't craft any milk right now. I don't care about like selling the milk. I'm already selling glass. Cause yeah, wasting the wood on that right now is just gonna slow me down from building this stuff. Juxies, hello. Well, I'll place down all the tiny bakeries. I said at the start, I think I said this, but I did get more tiny bakeries from the 50% off Mayhem sale, the Easter Mayhem sale as they called it. But I did say last week that out of the 4 things on that list, the tiny bakeries is probably the better one to get. They did start off the second week of sales for their Mayhem sale stuff. I think the NFTs that they have this week aren't that good in general. Maybe Ghost Ship, like they only put a 20% discount on Ghost Ship, and I believe somebody said that was the same discount from like earlier this year. So it's like not like huge. Did you see my message, Dub? No. Let me see it. Oh yeah. No, I don't think I actually did. Let's see. I'd take this off. And there we go. Might be a little too late, but there you go. There. You overslept, did you? I guess maybe you did. Half hour late. Yeah, I'll go ahead and turn these on. Might as well. Yeah, but the sales from the Mayhem sales from this week aren't, I would say, are worse than last week. Not that many people care, to be honest, but just my opinion on that. I'm trying to remember all 4 NFTs. Was Supreme Storehouse, Ghost Ship or Phantom Ship, Ice Cream Carts, which was also on sale a couple months back, or the same price, I think. And what was the other one? I can't remember. It's like not special or anything though. Let me place down my that's not what it was called. Fontana. Yeah, Fontana di Formaggi, Italian restaurant NFT. This one will be making pizza base. So the Italian restaurant NFT, the Fontana, reduces the craft time of all the Italian restaurants by 45%. Huge advantage, cutting them in half. And in addition to that, this specific building, and only this building, requires 2 less cheese per craft. So like for the pizza base, I need 0 cheese instead of 2 cheese. So that's awesome. I'm still going to need more Italian restaurants making pizza bases though. But it still helps. It lowers the amount of cheese that I need to make this work. And I think this building has 2 workers, or the workers move faster or something. But I don't really care about that because it's going to be next to a storehouse anyways. Well, I guess it still has to move over here to pick up the tomato paste that'll get stored here. So I guess that's fine. But yeah, massive space saver. Cuts the amount of Italian restaurants that I need in half, and I can only have so many next to these to have the full passive tomatoes. So Absolutely using this to the full advantage. All right, bakeries. Most of the bakeries got built. Let me build some more. Email account stuff. Hello, Pizza Pizza. Papa John's. Just kidding. But you are right. Or maybe it's Little Caesars. I don't even remember. Email account stuff. Since when did it become okay to eat 2 pizzas in one sitting? Well, I'm sure some people do that. And it depends on the size of the pizza, right? The 2 small pieces, it's easier to do than one large or extra large pizza. So, I mean, I've seen it done. It's a lot of pizza though. Let me rotate these. So now I'm making more wood. What I want to do is replace... Let me replace this one. Hopefully it doesn't break anything. Put down another mill and start pumping out more lumber. Yeah, there's another bakery here as well. And even 2 more bakeries here. And yeah, I can get rid of that one too. Put the 4th lumber mill. Right. Full efficiency on the lumber. Okay. Just trying to think about what else I can do while I wait. So I can start turning at least some of these on. The ones making salt, since I'm not making the brine yet. Oh, and effect cards, I gotta turn those on too after this. Okay, these 2 will be making sugar. I'll turn those on later. I don't want to be making more sugar than I need to right now. All these will be making flour, so what I'm going to do is I'll take this off. I'm not sure why I even put the wheat stands there in the first place. I'll put them back once I'm ready to actually run this thing. But I just want to go ahead and turn all these on because it takes longer than just placing down the wheat stand again. Yeah, all of these are going to have the 2 passive wheat that they need from the epic wheat stand. Once I have that placed down. Email account stuff says extra large deep dish meat lovers. It's not okay, Dub. This is going to leave a mark. This might affect my gameplay. It probably will. It'd be quite a distraction. It would be a good day to eat pizza. That's not my plan though. But damn, it would have been a good day. Yeah, it would have been. No pizza today, not for me. Where's all my lumber at? I guess it does need a good amount of lumber, huh? $40 in. Will I finish this in under an hour? Now I'm not so sure, but I'm still making good progress. I'm kind of thinking, what else can I do right now? Oh, I set the effect cards. That's right. Let me just do that. Takes a minute. I'm using a silo. Ancient Gusty Wind, and the mixing tent ones are huge. There's the mixing tent. Faster movement speed for my Italian restaurant workers, or the chefs, that's true. Bulky lumberyard doesn't really matter, but I'll turn it on. Gilded barns for sure, need all that milk. Oh yeah. That's the other windmill one. Gourmet Delight for the sauce facilities. Grain Blaster, because I am making feed on here. Surprisingly, it's been a while. Bulky storehouses, yeah, and I'm using a good amount of storehouses too across the build for efficiency. Here's the actual Italian restaurant crowd time reduction. And the Gifted Baker definitely needs so many bakeries for this. And Hasty Tractor is going to help with the brine production. I probably don't need it, but still good to have. There we go. But you know what I just realized though? While I was putting these on, I just realized this too. That's why I checked the craft times. I have a feeling I didn't actually have this turned on my practice build. I don't think it would make that much of a difference. I'm still going to build the same amount of Italian restaurants. Like, I don't think just having that on would have let me have one less Italian restaurant. I'm pretty sure I did not have that one turned on while I was testing, so whoops. I forgot I had this. Or I just completely missed it when I was putting on the effect cards. That must have been it. But whatever, the production rate goal should still be the same. Can't imagine that would screw me over. It's still waiting on those to build, then I will move on to something else. Can't really have more lumber mills here. No, that's a lie, I actually could. But that's okay. I'll be patient with this, I guess. No, I lied. I can have one more lumber mill. There. Email account stuff says, you got this dub, sub 1 hour finish. Don't let overzealous speaks of consumption comments distract from your wizardry. Thank you. Well, 15 minutes to go. Almost done with the bakeries. Italian restaurants are next. Actually, I still have 2 more bakeries over here. Then it's the Italian restaurants. So many bakeries. Like, keep in mind, all these are bakeries. They're actually faster. 2 of these are basically 3 bakeries. So that's 3 bakeries, 3 bakeries, 3 more, 3 more. That's basically 12 right there. And I say that because they their craft time is lower and they move faster, from my understanding. Or maybe they don't move faster, but I think they do. Don't quote me on that one. They craft faster. I don't know about move faster. Mafia, hello. Welcome. Haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're doing well as always. Did you see the top 1 player 2 mil stars already? That's because they already sold a batch of 25 4-cheese pizzas. Unknown player. This is that one player I was that I mentioned either last week or the week before. I have no idea who they are. And it kind of reminds me of that discussion we had a couple weeks ago where there was like 3 players who were sending their Gala rewards to the same wallet address, which is like a little odd. not necessarily breaking any rules unless they were multi-counting, but it's impossible to prove that. Or it would be very difficult to prove that. But yeah, that's a discussion we had a couple weeks ago. I don't know if you guys remember that. But yeah, they already sold a batch of 25 4G speakers, which isn't like out of the question. You could do that by now. I mean, we're 47 minutes into the competition. They might not be completely done with their build, but you could still sell some 4G speakers while you're working on it. Just because I don't do that doesn't mean other people can't. Okay, still need these two. Let's start turning these on then. But hey, if you're an unknown player here and you're watching the stream, feel free to say hello. I mean, that way we know you're around. Because otherwise, I don't think people know who that actually is. Probably somebody who doesn't talk at all in the chat. And it's not like they have to. They don't have to talk in the chat. Like for example, Paramin, like usually getting first place, and he has an amazing set of NFTs, and he also has been here a while, so he has a lot of experience. But Paramin once in a while he'll like express his opinions on the Gala Discord. Not really the type of person to say hello, but like he'll at least chat and express his opinions, which is cool. So we know who Paramin is, right? But this unknown player, we have no idea who that is. No idea. And yeah, maybe they don't speak English, sure, but like, I don't know. Weird, huh? Drew Mercado, I know unknown player, legit player. Okay, that's good to hear at least, yeah. I just hear like people say like, who is this? Never seen them on the leaderboards before, you know. So I hear people say that, and I'm like, yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I don't know who they are. Doesn't necessarily mean they're like doing anything bad. It's just they like to keep quiet. And don't get me wrong, there are people here that I know, they're legit players. They like to play the game. They just don't chat on the Discord. Like sometimes they'll chat with me in direct messages, but they just do not like chatting on Discord. They're just not chatters. It's completely okay. There's people like that. Okay, once I turn all these on, I will move on to Italian restaurants, I guess. That's doughs. Most of half of these are like dough, half of them are butters. That one's gonna be dough. All these other ones should be butter. All facing towards the west. It's not you, Juxies. There's no way that's you. Nice try. Drew says that one of the old players in town are older than me. Okay, yeah. Somebody that made a comeback. That's cool. And that's expected to happen if, say, it's just an example, right? Like, say the price of Gala, the token price goes up to like a cent. Well, not a cent, sorry. 10 cents. that would be backwards if it went to a cent. But let's say it went to 10 cents, right? Hypothetically, that's like a 5x from the current price, I believe. And then the weekly competition prizes, they'll look better, right? And then maybe, yeah, some older players will come back. They already know how to play the game. They might have to pick up NFTs again or something. But yeah, they'll start competing again, and we'll see more people that we didn't recognize before coming at the top of the leaderboards. I mean, that's possible. Okay, let's start building some Italian restaurants. about 50 minutes in, wow, surprisingly doesn't look like I'll finish in an hour. I got too distracted by the pizza apparently. Well, that was a misclick. It's 6 Italian restaurants. I gotta get rid of this lumberjack. Put one here. These 4 are making 4 cheese pizza. These 3 are making pizza base. Martin says Perriman even showed in discussion back then with First Time Red Steel how his steel plus strawberry idea, what his way of seeing what was best with silent puff, etc. Maybe he has shared something in the past. Probably, I just don't remember. I mean, he's not gonna like go and share his builds though. Like, why would he do that? Like his actual competitive first place builds. Martin says Sue does a bit like Gala, so Gala big step can be. I don't know what Sue is. I'm assuming that's another token that you're talking about. Sui, S-U-I, Sui. Don't know. I mean, over the course of the last week, Gala's up 50%. Like, I mean, that's like huge, but to me, it's kind of like just a small recovery of what we were at. Even like last year in November, that was actually pretty good. The rewards were actually looking good for people. I think some people were excited, but that only lasted maybe like 2 weeks or a week even. I had to go back and check, but yeah, because back in last year November, let's see, I can check right now. It was 5 or 6 cents. Yeah, it was between 5 or 6 cents between. Sorry, this was December, not November. My bad. Last year, December, like the first 2 weeks of December, right? It was 5 cents, and the rewards were actually looking good. And yeah, we'd expect. I mean, I was excited to get those rewards too. But that didn't last very long, unfortunately. So we still got a ways to go to even recover to that point. It would have to double, almost even triple from here. Which, I mean, it's done it multiple times before. But really, it's not just Gala. It depends on the entire market. So he's a token. Yes, Perriman only showed the silo steel mill pump setup to give an idea for real fast cash. Okay. Cecil, hello. I'm waiting on wood here. Okay. Oh, that's fine. I still need lumber. Trying to see how much more lumber do I need. Unfortunately, I'm not going to finish this in under an hour. Oh, heck no. I thought these were 5 each. No, I still need a good amount of resources to build all this. It's mostly just because, like, I need more buildings than anything else because I have passive tomatoes, passive wheat, passive sugarcane, passive rice husk. Probably something else that I'm forgetting to mention, but a good amount of passive feed, I guess. I can make eggs very easily. So yeah, most of my build is buildings, which makes it more expensive, which means I need more materials. How many more materials? 4, 5, 8. The mixed intents are 5 lumber each, I believe. Yes, they are 5 lumber each. I need 135 lumber. Okay. How much lumber am I making? Another 20 minutes? Jeez, okay. Alright, well, I was mistaken. This wasn't as fast as I thought it was gonna be. But that's okay. I hope the production rate will be good enough. Maybe to barely even get 10th place. Like if I do get top 10, I would imagine it would just be 10th place and no further. And that's still an if. It's not even a guarantee. Top 25 is obviously going to be guaranteed with the production rate I'll be making here. And I wouldn't even need to have spent all that time trying to tweak this further. But I did anyways. I mean, it was still fun to do. It was mostly just waiting around and seeing how the production rates changed if I moved tiny little things, like moved my loggers around. Apparently that affected the rate. Or added a road here. Apparently that does increase the rate. These two roads make a big difference. I guess apparently since I'm struggling to make all the wood, I will shut this one off. Oh shoot. It was about to deposit lumber, but whatever, it's too late. Take this one off too. Those two spots are going to be bakery NFTs, so I didn't at least need to build 2 of those. I mean, I still have these 2. Probably at some point I'll just... Well, I would either sell them or maybe even give them away in the future. That would still be kind of silly of me to do because they are still good. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm still going to need them despite having so many tiny bakeries now. In some competitions, I'll be able to get away with only using tiny bakeries if there's like situations where you only need a couple of bakeries, not like a crazy amount like this one. And then I wouldn't even need the rare bakeries, but we'll see, I guess. Don't really remember what way these rotated, but it doesn't matter. 4 cheese pizzas. Let me put the solar panel here. That's eventually going to be where the legendary husk rice stand will be at. And I can just easily replace it then. I don't think I need any more cash. Let's see. Oh no, I don't need any more cash. What I am gonna do instead is I will just place down on these buildings, just so I can get the benefit from the Stars and Stripes monument. Yep. And mixing tents. No small mixing tents here. Why would I get that if I could just get 3 tiny bakeries? Right? Wouldn't have made sense. I have the rare mixing tent, so I'll place that. It'll save me 5 lumber. I think that's all the buildings. I don't need Stars and Stripes anymore. I'll chuck that in the guild library. Okay, I just kind of have to wait now. Yep, we're an hour in. I mean, it is possible. Look, how many people have sold? Look at that. 7 people have sold, actually, make that 9. 9 people have sold 4 cheese pizzas. It's not out of the question, guys. Even an hour into the competition. Like, I could have done it too, but here I am trying to build everything first. So it's just the way I like to do it. Hmm. Oh, well, that's gonna be my, yeah, that's gonna make a noise. Ignore that. That was me taking a screenshot. I've almost all the lumber now. Let me turn another one off. Oh, it's still making milk. I didn't even realize that, but yeah, it's still making milk with these 4. No wonder. No wonder I'm wasting some wood production. Whatever. It's fine. Go ahead and name this. Okay, yeah. I'm like, I clicked OK, why didn't it go away? I don't need to sell wine anymore. I'll get rid of this. I just don't want to place on all the salt fields yet, or else that's gonna start wasting wood on salt. I'd rather make sure it's all done first. So I do want 1 regular, what the heck? I thought I deleted that. I want 1 regular tree farm here. So almost all legendary tree farms for this, and it does require a lot of wood, that's why. But I just have another regular tree farm here. And yeah, this is the only reason I was able to like get such a good production rate. Because that's not the only reason, but like the wood production here helps out so much. I probably could have tweaked this in a way where I had more regular tree farms. But that would have required moving everything else to the right 1 more spot. So it just takes too long. Pretty much would have needed to redo the whole build. It's gonna be weeks of base. I don't really remember what way it was rotating. Yeah, it shouldn't matter. Right. Once again, waiting it out a bit. How's everybody doing so far with their build? $30-minute gas, not bad, yeah. What is that, Martin? Addicted Anonymous, double A, so I can't admit so. Secretly, I say I'm having fun. I can place a sugarcane stand here too. This sugarcane stand, you know, passive sugarcane for the rice vinegar. As for the water, I will have a legendary water tower here. Might as well place that down. Tony, hello. Good afternoon to you as well. If it is afternoon for you. It is for me though, you got that right. Okay, I don't have the husk rice stand placed down yet. Am I good on lumber? It looks like I am. Let me just take all these out. It seems like I'm good on lumber already, and they're just waiting on wood here. So I made it like a little bit too much lumber, but that's fine. It's cool. 4 cheese pizzas. Okay. Yeah, the sugarcane stand probably is more expensive than the wheat stand. And the wheat stand is more useful. That's just because I guess there was more wheat stands than there were sugarcane stands. Yeah, that must be why. I mean, even wheat stand, there's like 2 different versions. They sold the regular wheat stands, and then they maybe supposedly gave out the Bitroot wheat stands. I don't really know exactly how it worked, but from my understanding, the Bitroot wheat stands were given out. And the same thing goes for the Simplex sugarcane stands. I wasn't around at the time, so I don't have that info. Rotated the wrong way. Maybe it was the right way. I'm starting to wonder. These are actually not rotated correctly. These should be rotated facing this storehouse. Yeah. Yeah, I almost forgot that. I'm like, why do I have them rotated the other way? Yeah, that's fine. Right. Those are all making the rice vinegar. These will be making the white rice. And then we will be close to finish. Martin says first Bitroot was 10 times the price when I bought first. I got 2 more for 10 times less. Maybe I buy more, but Hope sugar sand gets cheaper. Well, they're usually more expensive just because they give a bit more town points. I don't think they're worth it. If you're wondering like why do I have them? Well, I don't have them placed now, but yes, I do have Bitroot Wheat Stand, the epic ones. They give more town points. I think they give like 120. Why do I have them? I got a really good deal from somebody that I guess unfortunately quit, right? I tend to buy NFTs from quitters because they're so much cheaper, but I got a really good deal on those, plus some other stuff that I just ended up giving away, right? That's why I have them. And I think they are technically they might be worth more than the legendary wheat stands, which is weird because the legendary wheat stands are better. It's just the town points, I guess, or maybe just because they're more scarce. Yeah, I think it's the scarcity on those. But I mean, I'll hold on to them. But I mean, regular wheat stands are better. Especially right now, since like town points are like, and dirt, it's just so speculative. Like I'll still do my daily challenges and get the dirt for sure. Hopefully that pays off somehow. Helps me win more competitions or more powerful NFTs, but just speculation for now. Alright, all the mixed incense are done. Legendary Husk Rice stand goes here. There we go, start making white rice. Let me reset this. I'll need to reset it again in a minute though. White rice. When the white rice is done, it gets stored here. Then I make all the rice vinegar. Then that gets stored here. Then I can make the tomato paste as well as all the cheese. Then the cheese gets used for the pizza base and the 4 cheese pizza. And on the other side, you got all the windmills making all the items I need for butter and dough. In addition to, you know, the milk and eggs over here. And the dough is also another core component to the pizza base. And then it all works itself out. I should go ahead and put the wheat stands on now. And then the salty salt fields. There you go. Salty salts. Erps, what's up? I'm ready. You're ready to make 4 cheese pizza, or you're just ready to start the competition? I don't think I would ever choose a 4 cheese pizza over a pizza with pepperoni and sausage and either bacon or jalapenos. Usually my go-to. Alright, well, one little thing I need to change here that I didn't change on the visualizer. The water tower actually goes here, so that this salty salt field can get the 3 water that it needs. I forgot to actually make that change in the visualizer. I forgot like 2 things or 3 things on the visualizer, but that usually happens because I'm making like last minute tweaks. There we go, salty salt field crafts brine faster than the regular salt field, and it only needs one, it only needs 1 salty to craft at the fastest craft time, even if it has a yellow craft timer, that's the fastest craft time. And it also casts 1 passive salty, so as long as another salty salt field is next to it, it'll craft brine at the fastest craft timer, you know. An explanation that you'll see once you see my video of the top 40 NFTs, if you haven't already seen the video already. Herb says, no, I finished my build. First time I'm ready before you. So I think I made a wonderful time this time. Oh yeah, I think you did as well. Congrats. What production rate did you get to? Yeah, I believe I built everything. I believe so. I mean, I am going to be left with like random empty space over here, but that's fine. Like, let me get rid of yeah, I can't think of anything else I didn't build. Well, I forgot to turn these on. That's important. So yeah, those two are making sugar. Everything else should be on. I really hope it is. Brine is getting collected. They seem to have all the bakeries turned on. All the Italian restaurants turned on. Sauce facilities. This is full, but that's because there's cheese there. There's a lot of cheese. And I probably didn't set that. No, I did set it on auto sell. It's going to take a while to catch up. You know what I can do, though? Because why not, right? I'm going to have a spare space, but I'll just put another dragon here. Yeah, probably not a good idea to sell the excess cheese, but like it's fine. Cheese isn't the issue here. Really, it's I think it's flour. Flour is probably my bottleneck here. And salt. Yeah, both flour and salt are like, it's so close together that they are both the bottleneck that's stopping me from producing a higher production rate. I do have to keep the charge station, obviously, because Tesla coil has double the passive energy, and that reaches these mixing tents. I don't need to keep the aquifer, but whatever, I'll just keep it there. So yeah, I don't need these. And no, I don't need that. I don't need the grain bots in the very end. Unless I make a tweak, but yeah, there we go. As you can see, I am going to be left with empty space. It's fine. Trust me, whenever I first finished the design, I was using all the space. And after that is when I decided to pick up the tiny bakeries, which did slightly help my production rate because I got away with having another road here and moving a tractor farther back and still having enough salt and wood to make all the flour and salt that I need. You know, brine for the salt that I need. So I moved some bakeries back, but the tiny bakeries did save me a lot of space. This is more so for future competitions where I can use the tiny bakeries more efficiently than I did here. But yeah, that's why I ended up with a spare space over here. Okay, so yeah, it's a little bit of a waste, but I can't improve the production rate further unless I had Bright Wind and either Easy Dough Bakery or Salt Station. I would need both of those, and it's just too much. And I don't have any of those NFTs. Yeah, big surprise. There's one more thing I forgot to place down. Good thing I just remembered. Turkey statue, very important. Doubles the workers on my ATVs, otherwise I would not be getting all the milk that I need. But I have Lucy, Sparky, Turkey. I'm not using Haunted Zone Maces. I don't have the full set on me right now. And that really wouldn't help. A greenhouse I could use, but like I tested it, it does not make a difference here. I think that's it. I'm gonna go check the picture one more time. Picture that I take of the finished build, but let me reset the production monitor. And we are making 4 cheese pieces, as you can see right there. There's 13 of them. And I'll visit auto sell again in just a moment. Martin says salt, flour, and rice was a bit of a fight. Oh, you asked me my milk rate. About 280 with 4 feedbots and 3 ranchers. The ATV are next to receive waiting lumber, 5 or 6 or so. Milk is good, I guess. Well, I know that the no NFT build, so you need 320 milk to do 24 cheese pieces. I do remember that, and that's assuming you balance everything perfectly, which is hard to do so. So really, I think you would want more than 280 milk. Harp says should be 140 per hour if I didn't make any mistakes. Yeah, I get that. That's why I got in practice. Okay, that's good. Yeah, I guess the reason it took me longer, this is what I believe to be the reason, is because I needed to build way more bakeries and all these other buildings. So I needed to wait more time to get more lumber. And my setup for lumber production honestly wasn't the best. I knew this was going to be an issue. Not as bad of an issue as I thought, but I would have been done faster if I just set up my lumber production here and set up my glass rush here. That's what I should have done. I mean, too late. Better luck next time, but it's only a difference of maybe 20 minutes. 20 minutes is a lot though. That's true, but well, lesson learned. Always better to have your lumber production closer to your wood production. It's not always possible, you know, with people, you have big power plants, you don't want dirty and shade on your tree farms, but you want to have it as close as it can be and not literally on the opposite side of the town. That is not that efficient. I did have a lot of lumberjacks, but still, it would have been more efficient to have lumber set up over here. All right. Hopefully we have a rough idea of what this makes. Like I said earlier, Morris had a great guess, by the way. He said well, he was asking if I was aiming for 250 per hour. He's right. I'm aiming for at least 250 per hour. So if I get at least 250 per hour, I'll be fine. No, yeah, top 25 guaranteed anyways. Top 10, I don't know, even with that rate. But really, at the most, if this is working perfectly as it should be, this should hit 260 per hour. It should. Might take a couple hours to actually show that number. Because the Italian restaurants still like take a while to craft stuff. But that's the number it should be if this is at full efficiency. Now there is one thing. I practiced this on last week's biome with the fish tacos, so that means the biomes were a little different. The edges were off. I did have the river on the west though, but the edges were off. Okay, so I hope that doesn't in some way, but it shouldn't. But yeah, we'll have the production monitor running. First couple minutes, I can see the 4 cheese pizza rate. Not the 4 cheese pizza rate, sorry. The pizza base rate is good. At least that's a good sign so far. But it'll take quite a while to get all the numbers here. I am seeing some numbers that already look good though, yeah. Some of the basic stuff like brine and flour, that it should be right. Even milk, pretty close. Oh, wood is a little bit lower than it should be. But yeah, we'll see if that balances itself out. Yeah, Zbor, hello, good luck everyone. Hope you all still having fun. Yeah, I hope so, Zbor. And good luck to you as well. I'm assuming you're probably already done. Look at that, I'm in 30th place. Whoa, that's terrible. Let me set up auto sell too. Before I start looking at other stuff. Butter. I don't need to sell brine, that's the only thing in my silos. I kind of thought for sure we'd be doing banana bread this week. But maybe soon. I feel like banana bread's coming pretty soon. There's 4 cheese pizza. Alright, whoops. 25. Here you go, 25. Start selling that. Jump back on the leaderboards because everybody's passing me up now. This, I should be using them all. Yeah, I should use all the pizza bases. I don't think it should ever sell. Rice vinegar, I will slightly overproduce. That's fine. All the white rice gets converted to rice vinegar. I believe I have everything I need on auto sell. Okay, now we'll let this run. Damn, 35th place. Oh, look at that. I'm right next to Will Bike. Yeah, Z-Boy already sold some stuff. Paramin's first, of course. Huge lead. And look at that. Even Spartans passed me out. There you go. I may have passed up Black Hole, though. I don't think I was supposed to, but it's a little too late for that. How many people have sold it? Oh, there's Herbs. 29 people have sold 4 cheese pizza. I am about to join that club once the leaderboard updates. You know, there you go. I sold 25 of them. We'll see where that puts me. Microphone is cutting off. Oh no. I don't know why. Restaurant fast card? It should be on. In practice, I forgot to turn it on, though. I'm pretty sure I did. Lazy, 30 per hour, good for top 400? I would say definitely top 600, but top 400... I'm not so sure, Lazy DC. I'm kind of skeptical about that. Top 600, sure, but top 400 with that rate? What do you guys think? I kind of want to say no. I know that's not the answer you want to hear, but it just doesn't sound... Even for top 400, it doesn't sound like enough. Maybe like even 35 or 40 per hour. Yeah, I don't know why it's lagging. Oh, did it lag completely? Hopefully not. I don't know. Planet Bob, what's up? You said, oh no, what happened? I don't know. Is it laggy? Did it completely lag out for you? Martin says, not sure it's me or you, but video blocked out for a second. Well, the stream hasn't ended on my side, so... Let me reload the YouTube video. Still seems to be streaming. Maybe it did lag out, but I didn't get any notifications that there was any issues. Yeah, no issues on my side. Usually it would tell me if there's like frame drops or connection loss or something. 35, I guess, for top 400? That would probably be safer. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Because like 30 per hour seems a little too low for top 400. Martin says 238 place just doing milk. Wow. Not bad, but I mean... early on, it doesn't really matter, right? Top 25, just barely. Oh, okay, there we go. Climbing back up. Zbor, if you're around, I would like to know, since you always do so well, what production rates are you getting? If you want to share, you know, if you feel like sharing, you could just direct message me. I wouldn't even say it on stream, but I am curious. I mean, you don't have to worry about me passing you up, I'm sure. But I'm wondering, how close am I to the top 10 gang here? Like, I'm not gonna improve it any further. Whatever happens, it's just, I spent a long time on this. Well, I mean longer than usual, not like a crazy long time, but longer than usual trying to tweak this. I mean, as long as it was fun, right? But yeah, Zbor says over 400. Holy shit. Now I'm not so sure I get top 10, guys. But I tried, okay? With the NFTs I had, I tried. Yes. Missing Bright Winds, Salt Stations, Easy Doze, insane crap for very high rate. I knew that already. But damn, over 400? I feel like I'm barely making half of that. Just a random disconnect? Yeah, must have been. Well, okay. I know not to set my expectations too high. Greenhouse does not help, right? Just a 10% movement speed boost. That's why I'm not using the greenhouse. I did for a little while, but I didn't see a difference in my salt rate or brine rate. So I just didn't bother. Greenhouse isn't like that huge of a help, but like, don't get me wrong, it's still nice to have the 10% movement speed boost. Sometimes it will make a difference for sure. And like this Patriot skin makes like a big difference here, 25% movement speed boost. And like I could place down the greenhouse, sure, it wouldn't do anything. With my luck, I'll be 11th place. It was so cool trying to figure out how to improve this further. But yeah, I could have probably spent a couple more. I could have spent yesterday playing. Actually, I'm playing the Oblivion Remastered. I talked about a little bit about it last week, I think. I said I was gonna play Skyrim, and then I played it for like half an hour, and I'm like, damn. I really did not remember how bad the graphics were in Skyrim. I know you could play it on PC and download mods and make the graphics look so much better. I don't want to deal with all that stuff. I usually don't use mods and stuff. Hardly, if ever. So I did end up buying Oblivion Remastered. I never played Oblivion in the past, so I checked it out. It's alright. It's pretty fun. I had more fun playing Expedition 33, but like Oblivion Remastered is still pretty fun. Seems like a lot to do in that game. And yeah, I could have probably spent more time just playing that instead of trying to bring the production rates from 250 to 260 on this, but it's fine. I had fun either way. You're not going to become an expert in this game in Townstar unless you're constantly practicing or you play this game too much, okay? For those of you out there copying designs, whether it's the one I share or just other people's ideas, you might do good in the competition. Sure, you might learn a bit of stuff, but you're not going to learn as much as you would actually working on your own designs. At least that's what I believe to be the truth. So, I mean, at the end of the day, whatever you have fun with, of course. Some people don't have enough time to work on their own builds. I completely understand that. I do get it. I know my build showcases help some people out so much because of that. Because they're too busy. They enjoy the game. They want to play the game. They just don't have so much time to spare trying to practice something. And then it ends up not working out the way they hope. So they'll just use mine. That's fine. And some people, they'll still work on their own design. That's amazing. Even if it ends up doing a little bit less or the same production rate as the one I share. Hopefully they still feel accomplished and get a good idea of what to do. And I mean, I don't think I'm going to do a build showcase for every single competition, right? There's some competitions that I just haven't done a build showcase. There's could also be instances where I say I'm going to do a build showcase and then just something happens in real life that I need to take care of and I just decide not to finish it or not do it. That's possible. It's happened at least once. So there's that. Yeah, but whatever you have fun with, right? I have fun working on my build as well as the no NFT builds. And I enjoy helping people when I can, right? Lazy DC says, I can only do 32 max, top 600 not bad. Okay, yeah. Top 600 should be good with that rate, but... Quite competitive, some people's production rates here. I mean, like, now I feel like I got no chance at top 10, but I kind of already knew that. I'm just being hopeful here. But we'll see what happens on Friday. Let me read these right here. Oh, weird. It didn't show me that message. Yeah, that's so strange. That's what happened to hey Martin, you remember that one time you told me you were chatting on YouTube chat and like I wasn't reading your chats because they weren't showing up on my side, like I wasn't seeing them. And we never figured out why that happened, right? No idea. I think it's actually... No, I must have just missed it, right? Sometimes, maybe I just missed it. Yeah, I just missed the message. But sometimes, I remember one time Martin was chatting and for some reason his messages weren't popping up. I don't know what the heck happened. But yeah, Old Town had missed your message. She said, oh, lost the first 30 minutes of my build. Damn, so that's quite a setback. I am wondering what happened though, that's true. Let's see what I did miss here. Damn, yeah, that's insane. Zebor showing me his masterpiece, which I'll keep a secret, but yeah, that's about what I expected. Damn, how many right when money is that? Jeez. I will say we have about the same table appreciations, of course. I do have a lot of those, so I'm good on the tables of appreciation. I already knew that, but when it comes to windmill metas, I don't have the bright winds, and that's insane. Like, it is a huge difference between having bright winds and the light circuses. You need to spend more dub. Well, I mean, I got more trees because I know like the trees aren't like a massive difference, but they still help, and I can use them in almost every single competition. I use the trees more than the windmills. But the bright winds, despite being a little bit more meta specific, and yeah, there are a lot of competitions where you use windmills, I know that. Bright winds are really freaking expensive. Even one, like, well, I'm trying to remember like the pricing. Like, one will probably set you back $800. You could pick up maybe 5 legendary tree farms instead of 1 bright wind. I feel like you get more use of the legendary tree farms, but I could be wrong. But that's a lot just on one NFT. And like, yeah, you could argue, Dub, you have a legendary Tesla coil. That was more than a bright wind. That's true. But the legendary Tesla coil, in my opinion, is way more useful than the bright wind. And when I say like bright winds would be useful, you got to understand that some of these players have like 10, maybe even 20 bright winds, and at $800 each, that is a lot of money. Okay, like imagine having like 10 legendary Tesla coils. That's like how much it would cost. It's a lot. Oh, Martin, I was talking about like sometimes I didn't see your messages, but I think in this case I just missed the message for some reason. It shows up on the, well, on the screen. You should be able to see it on the bottom right to the chat. I mean, seems to be fine so far. Really, it should be doing a little bit better than this. The wood is it's a bit strange. I feel like the wood production rate is a little bit lower than it should be. I don't think there's anything I'm forgetting there. I might just need to reset the production monitor again. Like after I'm done with the stream, I'll probably just reset the production monitor again and see if I'm getting the same numbers. Martin, yeah, that's why I know when you did not see. If I don't see show up, I understood you did not see. Oh, yeah. That's true also. My rate 250 per hour or 260, depending on how this goes. I mean, it's been running for 20 minutes, so let's look at the production monitor. Brine is good. I need that to be at least 4,000. But yeah, it should be, that's about the number it should be. Butter and dough. Okay, butter just hit 520. Yes, I do need butter and dough to hit 520 in order for 4G speaks to hit 260. That's true. But the issue I'm seeing here is with dough. I'm not getting the flour that I need. Flour needs to be 2,600. For some reason, it's not that high, and that has to do with wood. If I'm not getting enough wood, I'm not going to get enough flour. So that's why dough is struggling to get to 520. I noticed that issue. Eggs is good. I can't get it any lower. I really only need eggs to be 520. Hold on. I actually made a mistake. I just realized that. A tiny mistake. There is one thing I did with eggs to actually, I really don't think this matters because the egg rate will be like almost the same. I have the chickens rotated facing away from the roads. This is supposed to slow down the egg rate, but honestly, I don't really think it does because the egg rate is still about the same. But if anything, it helps the wood rates. I know that might not make that much sense, but like the loggers can just go from here to here rather than going around the road and feeding the wood through the other side. That might not make complete sense, but this might actually affect the wood rate, believe it or not. Just a tiny little rotation like that. It could have been. That's what it could have been. Tiny little differences. Juxie says, I hope there's some good news at the town hall. It's weird that all of a sudden they're doing this after such a long time. I think they were just in the transition process and probably, honestly, probably still are in the transition process. Who the heck knows? But we'll see what they have to share. I mean, remember that the last couple of town halls last year, before they stopped doing them, it was more so a recap of stuff they already said. And the same questions being answered with the same answers. So unless we hear like some more, unless we see like more proof, more pictures of the stuff that's actually being worked on, then I think people will be more hopeful about the stuff that's actually to come. You know, the stuff we want, either the gem system that they said that we're going to work on again, and the really the soil token. And the sinks, there really needs to be sinks. I kind of do hope they really should not be releasing the soil token if there's no sinks. That is not going to end as well as you think. There needs to be sinks pretty much as soon as they release the soil token. Otherwise, it's not going to be valued as well as you would want it to. Might be a good opportunity for some top people like Paramin and Nacho to buy up people's soil for cheap if they wanted to do that. But the token is not going to be valued well if there's no utility to it at the very beginning. But yeah, hopefully there's good news there. So this little rotation should hopefully help the wood production a bit. Flour, like I said, it should be 2,600. So that's why I'm only making about 250 something. Okay. All right, feed, it should be overproducing feed. That's fine. Mix as much milk as it can. Rice vinegar and white rice, about 1,800. That's right. It's a correct number. Salt, that's the correct number. 1,040. That would be what I need for 520 butter. For the 260 for cheese pizza. So that's right. Tomato paste or sauce, whatever. 260. You know, that's right. Use just about all of it. Milk. Close to 2,500 per hour. If you were to plug it into the calculator, it says I need more milk, but I actually don't because this doesn't require cheese, and making all the other cheese that I need from the tables of appreciation. So I am just barely good on the milk there. Sugar is good. I just needed that at 520. I would be making more sugar if I rotated this, but I don't need to. So yeah, this is enough sugar as is. And like I said, wood is still too low. It should not be 9,000 per hour. It should be closer to 9,300 per hour. And yeah, I will still throw away wood. I need to overproduce even more wood because it does actually help the flour rate just a tiny bit. But every little bit matters. So yeah, I really don't think this was the only issue. There might be another issue somewhere that I just don't recognize yet. The windmills are all rotated the correct way. It might be the milk barns, maybe? I'll check the picture that I took and see if it matches. Kinda doubt it, but maybe close. I believe I have them rotated facing the road. I should have taken a better picture of this. Or, I mean, I could go back to the practice server and just verify it myself, to be honest. If I'm still having issues with the wood rate, that's what I'll do. I'll go back and check. But for now, I'll keep it running like that. Rotations for everything else seems right. Got all the rose bushes, got all the bird houses, got the pets. Should be good. I'll reset the production monitor. I'll do another 10 to 15 minutes, and then that'll probably be it. So I can't even get top 10 in the first couple hours of the competition. That's not a good sign. Yeah, that is not a good sign. That means these people are already making more than I'm making. I tried. Hmm. Yes. Drew, what's up? Sold my first batch, gotta sleep now. Good night, Dub, and everyone. Have a good night, Drew. Thank you for being here. And good luck for the rest of the competition, of course. Hopefully you put everything on auto sell that you needed to. Okay. I see people make a mistake like that every week. Well, the wood rate doesn't look any better. Oh, you know one other thing that I forgot to do? And good thing I just remembered this. I just remembered this. I set this, it was earlier this month. Or last month. But legendary tree farms have a door. Rotating the legendary tree farms actually makes a difference. Very strange. You don't have to do this with regular tree farms. But with the legendary tree farms, just for some freaking reason, they have a door. And that's why my wood production rate is not as high as it should be. Crazy, right? So now I rotated them all except for the tree farm here. That one doesn't matter because the door is in the center, right? But these now, as you can see, the door is facing to the right so that the loggers can get to it quicker. So originally for like the past hour or so, right? The past 2 hours even, I didn't rotate them so the door was facing south. And now I did rotate them so the door is facing to the right. Now as for this one, I think it's the same thing. I think it's facing south. Let me try to pay more attention here. I know the loggers go really fast. Wow, I can't tell. Well, that was way too fast. Okay, it is south like this. Let's do 3 rotations. I want it facing this road right here. I want it facing the road. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I think that would make sense. You could argue that the way it was is fine because there's windmills here and whatnot, but that's fine. I would rather it face the road because, like, you know, it could go over here. Could go over here. So, yeah. I believe that was it. I believe that should help the wood rates. It looks like it's already making a difference. So I'll reset the production monitor again, and now we will give it 10 to 15 minutes. Okay. See, we're figuring it out while I'm streaming. So we both learn. It's stuff I kind of already knew, I just forget, you know? That's what screws us over, forgetting. Like Mr. Trupa said, OMG, thanks, forgot about Doe on autosell. Have a great day. Yeah, of course, you as well. And that's the thing, that forgetting something is what screws us over sometimes. $300. Oh, the rate might be even a little well, as long as the butter and the dough are correct, then I'll get a good idea. It'll balance itself out eventually. Really, the flour. The flour is what I need to see at 2600. And the wood, it's already looking better. Insane how that little rotation of a difference increased the production rate by, I want to say 3%, maybe 4%, somewhere around there. That's incredible. Trees have a door, noted. Specifically legendary tree farms, just to be specific, Juicy State, if you're using regular tree farms, which you probably are, I wouldn't think people really own the legendary tree farms. But the regular tree farms, you don't need to worry about rotating them. There is no door. The loggers pick them up from the center. You can see that with the regular tree farm I have over here. Loggers will go to the center to pick up. Rotating doesn't matter. Legendary tree farms have a door. That's even more so of an advantage. First of all, let's talk about the legendary tree farm a little bit. So it's a nice NFT to have. I don't think it's like a crucial one for competitive players. So it only needs one passive water to grow, which is nice. And it crafts wood at 33% reduced craft time, which is also pretty nice, right? But the door mechanic can actually be even more beneficial than you think. So long as you actually remember to rotate them, then you can have their pickup points closer to the loggers. The fact that they actually pick up the trees at the edge is slightly faster than them going to the middle and picking it up. Might not make that much of a difference, but it does. It truly does. It does help the wood production rate even more so. Even more than just the craft time reduction, I mean. So it's cool. I mean, it's a nice NFT. I decided not to include it in my list of top 40 NFTs because in terms of the cost for the utility, I don't think it's worth it. Because like instead of one legendary tree farm, if you don't already have a wheat stand, you're better off getting that. You're probably better off getting a sugarcane stand, or you're better off saving for a nourish barn, or there's a lot of other stuff. So I really wouldn't even consider a legendary tree farm one of the top NFTs. It's nice that you can use it in many situations, but it's just not really like a top must-have NFT for me. But it does help in every competition, almost every competition. So that is good. It's just more expensive than other choices, is what I'm trying to say. There's better choices you can get for the cost. Like Light Circus instead of 2 legendary tree farms? Nah, you would want the Light Circus. Like Circus is so much better, and you would want more than one Light Circus, really. Having one is great, but yeah, there's situations where you would want more than one, for sure. Paving, I always do that too late. Some buildings I can put seem paved, but first that paving, yeah. Paving the roads, very important. I mean, I've seen some people try to do the build showcases, right? The ones that I share without paving all the roads, and then they wonder, why am I not making the same production rate? Well, yeah, the paved roads are important. I don't really mention that in every single video. I'm kind of hoping that people see that I'm using paved roads and they understand that you need to use paved roads. But I suppose maybe if somebody's brand new to the game, they won't understand the difference, maybe. But yeah, there definitely is a difference. It's kind of a must do. Like, why wouldn't you pave your roads? It's a little bit more time consuming, but like, it does affect the production rates. It's something you can do, something you have to do. Does the female have a door? I don't think it does. Maybe it does. It's a good question, by the way. I feel like I haven't paid enough attention to that. I treat it as it does. I usually do treat it like it does have a road, door. Because they have to like touch it, right? So I think it does. It looks like they have to touch it. Female has a door? Okay. Zebor says it, so yeah, that's probably true. It's true. Shanra, I think the female has 2 doors. So like on either side, right? Like it has to touch that the actual female. That would imply that it has a door because it's not going for the center. So yeah, it does seem like it does have a door. I mean, I do usually rotate it facing towards the thraw, you know, the thing I always mispronounce. So yeah, I treat it as it has a door, and yeah, clearly it does. And so does this. This also has a door. That's why I have it rotated. Well, this is the NFT version. I believe the regular one has a door, so to say, as well. But I have not tested that in a while. When do I ever build a regular Throff anymore? Like, it's been so long. I mean, I don't do it for the no NFT builds. It's not really a reason to. Shenren says, yeah, they won't approach from the sides. Would have to hit a point on either the front or back. Okay. Martin says, feed buck does have a side. I do rotate it. Okay, so it does. Just like the NFT one. Alright. Good to know. Always good to pay attention to that stuff. If anything, the egg rate went higher. On the way, that's because I'm making more wood. Yeah, that makes sense. But wood rates... better. Milk, better. 2,500. Flour, very close to 2,600. It probably is 2,600. You know, it just hasn't been running long enough, so that's good. Salts will eventually get to 1,040. Check the butter and the dough. They're way too high for some reason, but as long as they're over 520 or at 520, then they're good. Pizza base a little too high. Once again, I had excess materials because I don't flush everything right now because it's a competition to do proper tests, but it'll balance itself out. It does look like I figured it out, and it will make 260 per hour now. And hopefully I start remembering to rotate the tree farms every single time. Very important to make this work. That's just me. Once again, only legendary tree farms should be rotated. Regular tree farms, you do not have to worry about rotating those. Juxie says, thanks, more note, female have a door. Yeah. this has been said by other people before, but I really do feel like the feed mills and the trough should only take up half a tile. It would make them more powerful, maybe. You know, the fact that you could have two of them in the same tile, like, it would save you space. I really don't think people would complain about that. You know, I think it would be more convenient. It would make people happier that if they only take up half a space. It would be nice to at least have a few buildings, like in-game buildings that take up half a spot. So yeah, I don't think it's something they'll ever do, but I do think it would be nice to have the feed mills and the troughs take half a spot. Now for the NFT version of the trough, they would have to probably just get rid of, you can't see my mouse, but you get rid of part of this to make it work so that it fits in half a tile. 4x8, I guess you could call it that way. Sorry, a 2x8. A 2x4. What the hell am I saying? What am I saying? A 2x4, that's a half tile. There we go. But once again, it's they're not ever gonna bother doing that. Why would they do that? Edward, hello, I'm so late. Oh, 2 hours late. I already finished my build and you're just getting started, huh? But welcome, Edward. Martin says, I see time of my lumber mill. That's slow. Oops, lumber mill fast card was not on. Oh yeah, that's pretty important too. Yeah, you gotta make sure that guided blades is on while you're still gathering the lumber to build everything. Yeah, but this is looking good now. It's gonna work. Unfortunately, I really think top 10 is legit out of the freaking question. But hey, I gave it a shot. I kind of figured. I did kind of figure. Like I kind of already knew. But it's cool. Top 25 for sure. Oh, really? Interesting. Trying to see if there's anything else to discuss here. Yeah, but if anybody has any, anything they want to chat about, as always, feel free to ask a question. There is going to be a town hall for Townstar on Friday, I believe. Yeah, on Friday. So, I mean, if people want me to listen into that again, should be okay. It's like an hour after the competition ends. Last time we had a little bit of issues getting it to work. But if we have the same issues, I can just do what some of you suggested last time. I'll open up Discord on the browser and it should still work. I mean, it says if you have questions, you can submit it on their form here. From what I understood, a bunch of the questions that were submitted here were not answered. They were not brought up. I think only like 3 questions were brought up. And there were some people that said, well, I asked like 10 questions and that was just me. So, and then Doug Sunny's like, well, I think that's all the questions we had. What? 3 questions? You had 3 questions? I don't even believe that. I don't bother submitting questions myself. I rather ask them like while the AMA is going on, because supposedly they read the live questions there too, and sometimes they do. I guess that's true. But it's just me. I don't really even bother submitting them there. But if you want to do that, there you go. Martin says there are no dumb questions. So, what do you think soil will cost? And when will that be real? Man, it's impossible to say when it will be real. I was really hoping for last year, but they let us down there. As for what it will cost, I guessed this. I did like a speculation about this last year. I'm trying to remember what it was. Does anybody remember? I really don't think anybody here remembers what I had said. I said it. I talked about this on Discord, and that was months ago. What did I say? I mean, it's gonna be a very low number, that's for sure. I think it was less than yeah, it was less than a cent per soil because of the whole conversion thing. Well, they said, the last team said, shoot, I'm starting to forget this stuff, but I think the last team said 1 dirt is gonna be 100 soil. I know I said it on the announcement somewhere. I could probably look it up. It's gonna take some time. But I think 1 dirt is 100 soil. I don't, yes, 1 soil is not going to be even 1 cent. Maybe like 10 soils 1 cent. I don't remember what the math I did was, but at some point I speculated that math and it was a very low number. But it's impossible to know for sure. That's just a bunch of random guessing. It's impossible to know for sure, especially without the utility. We would at least need to have some idea of what kind of utility you'll get, and that'll give us a better idea of what the price will be. But ultimately, the price is based on supply and demand, right? If there's no demand and the supply is too high, people aren't going to want to pay for it, and other people would just dump their tokens. It's just the way it is. Just ask questions. What use are they? They tell us they want. Well, they are the people that are working on the game, right? So they say. Clearly they're making updates to the game. Can't deny that. Probably not the updates we want to see though. Because yeah, people I still want, and people still want, soil token in the sinks, you know, for the proper play to earn. That's what people want. Right now, it's like an IOU system to the daily challenges. You get soft currency, and eventually we'll pay you the token that you're supposed to be getting for the play and earn. So yeah, kind of an IOU system. Yes, 1 dirt, 100 soil. Okay, that's why dirt becomes fun. Just see soil. Do as other coins, after a while it dumps, and then hope it moves up again. Yeah, we'll see. All speculation for now. Here was the sales for the 2nd week. Ice cream carts. Tiki bar, that's the one I forgot. The brewery NFC, which I would feel like that hardly gets used. Supreme Storehouse, it's fine. It's just, I think the discount for the Supreme Storehouse is only like 20 or 30% or something, and like when the Supreme Storehouse first came out, I think it also had a discount, and it's about the same price. Yeah, I would imagine, I haven't checked NFT hardware for these, but I would imagine you'd probably get some of these cheaper there. Well, I guess the ice cream cart and the tiki bar probably almost nobody has, so nobody's really selling those. And maybe the same thing for the Phantom Ghost Ship, whatever. But the Ghost Ship was also on sale earlier this year, like I said before. And I think it's only a 20% discount, so it's not even that much. So, nothing I would really recommend from this. Supreme Storehouse is nice. It's just, it's not like an awesome one. It's really not gonna, it's probably not gonna help your production rate. And these other ones seem too situational. I guess if you really wanted a water NFC, the Ghost Ship would be okay. But I think a water tower would be better. Just that the Ghost Ship has the cool utility of letting you craft water very quickly, so it'll work as a super powered well. And most of you still need to gather water to make ponds, so that makes sense. Oh, so there's that, but not really that great. Supreme was 400? Really now? Was it 400? Now I want to check the playbook. Supreme. Was it 400, Doofy? So on the playbook, I have it as 300, but I also I'm also accounting for discounts that were applied right when it was released, if that makes sense. So yeah, Supreme Storehouse probably was 400, you're right, but they probably had a 25% off discount then. That made it 300, and that's why I put 300 on the Townstar playbook. So I think what they did here was discounted by an additional 30%. Let me just open up the article. Let me just check it real quick. Is it... No, let me get it on the screen. It's an additional 30% off, I guess is how they marketed it. And somehow it came out to 210 with 1 cent. Gala math, I guess. Okay, I guess it's a little better than when it first released, I suppose. Ice cream cart was on sale a couple months back. I was actually considering getting this, but I never did, and the tiny bakeries are so much better anyways. But the tiny bakery and this stuff from last week's not on sale anymore. I heard some people say they regret it. They missed out, you know, FOMO. It got them. They missed out on the 50% off tiny bakeries. Too late now, I guess. That's the point of the whole sale. 1 week only to screw people over and get them to FOMO into the sales, or maybe it worked. But yeah, this week it's not that interesting. Yeah. Figured I mentioned that. There's no other announcements on Townstar. I know there is also going to be a town hall for Mirandis. Oh, that's later in the month. Never mind. That's almost at the end of the month. There was supposed to be an update for Mirandis today, if I'm not mistaken. It doesn't seem like there's been any announcements. Is the new playtest dropping today? Yes, we are working on it. Oh, okay. It just hasn't been released, but apparently they're still working on it. That's cool. I haven't streamed the Mirandis playtest in like a few months, and like I said, still looking forward to it, but like I'm okay waiting for them to continue to add more content. But they are fixing the little gripe I had with not being able to use the lantern of the sun and like a weapon at the same time. I heard they pretty much fixed that, or they're gonna fix that in this update that's coming out, so that's cool. I think Vexy Villages had a town hall coming up soon, but I don't remember that one. I don't even remember what day it was. And from my understanding, Champions Arena is going to have some kind of Mayhem event update that should be live tomorrow. The announcement really doesn't give that much information other than there's another sale, and there usually is for Champions Arena. Usually, like in those events, you should be able to get like a free free NFT champion. You just have to work hard for it. So we'll see if that's the case. FPS is about 20 if I leave it like this. So maybe your FPS is better than mine, Martin. There you go. If I bring it to the corner, it'll probably be better. But no, I usually don't even do that. I usually just leave it looking at the center. So there, about 30. I think if your FPS is at least 20, it should not impact your production rate at all. Don't take that as like official info or anything. That's just from what I noticed. If it's about 20, you should be okay. If it's like 5, your production rate might actually be lower, and you're better off just putting it on offline mode. But as long as it's 20 FPS, should be fine. Should be the same production rate as offline or fast forward. Those 6 thoughts says I've stopped playing Champions Arena. It's not worth my time for 0.05 Gala a day. Shame, I like the game. Yeah, that is true. If you're playing Champions Arena to try to make money, that's a bad idea. It seems like some people are playing Champions Arena because they actually enjoy the game. Whether you believe that or not, totally up to you. That's fine. I will say Champions Arena isn't the most fun game. It's more fun early on. Late game, it starts getting... it's not that fun, I'll say that. It's not like the most boring thing, but it's really not that fun late game. And if I were to compare it to Townstar, in my opinion, is just so much more fun, but we all have our different preferences. Townstar like takes more of a mental challenge trying to think of how you design all this stuff. Champions Arena, once you get to late end game, whatever, you really don't get the resources to actually level up your champions at a good enough pace. Like maybe you do a level up every freaking couple of weeks or a rank up. And equipment, it takes so freaking long to enhance equipment, and sometimes your equipment will get even worse just because of how Champions Arena does their whole freaking enchanting system. Like you have a chance that your equipment goes down and then you get weaker, which nobody likes that. So there's that. But yeah, some people play Champions Arena for fun. They manually do the arenas and stuff, the battles. I'll still do the battles, but like 99% of the time I'll just be on auto battle. But there's that for Champions Arena. I think Champions Arena still has like a decent community of people playing it. The chats are always more active than the Eternal Paradox discussion chats, but that's just because Eternal Paradox has most of its chats done within the game. So there's not really a reason for people to chat on the Discord. Still no update on the Walking Dead Empire's compensation boxes that we talked about before. Even though I think it was said that it was only supposed to take a week, I think it's been like 2 weeks now. Yeah, it has been 2 weeks. And I believe there should be another AMA, but it probably just... either it's in Gala Gold somewhere or it hasn't been announced. Geez, lately there's so many messages in Gala Gold that's gonna take a while. I'll read through that later. Atlas, hello. Hey man, how you doing? Doing well, thank you. Hope you're doing well too, Atlas. Your name doesn't seem that familiar though. That's probably gonna be it. I'm just checking one more thing here. What's wrong with my connection? Is it not working? Oh, it's just slow. Why don't you make more Eternal Paradox content? I'm Shadow. This is my girlfriend's account. Oh, okay. What's up, Shadow? You got a good point. I haven't made more Eternal Paradox content. The last video I spent a really good amount of time on. And when it comes to Eternal Paradox, there's so much to talk about. It's kind of overwhelming. But I think it's a very good video to get people like introduced to everything you can do in Eternal Paradox. The only thing it doesn't go over is the earning stuff, because I had made a video before that months ago. So they technically already did make a video on the earnings, but it would be nice to have another video explaining the earnings again. But I'm more focused on making the Town Star videos right now. Eternal Paradox, it's oof. But you're right, more people should make more videos about it, or I should make more videos about it. I just haven't gotten around to making another video. It is very time consuming, that's true. I recently finished a video in Townstar that took a good amount of time. It's not public yet. I talked a little bit about it last week. I'll make it public probably on Thursday about the top 40 NFTs that I would recommend, mostly for like beginners, semi-competitive players, not like the most expensive NFTs, but yeah, that'll be released soon if you haven't seen it already. That one did take a while. And I still have ideas on what videos I want to do for Townstar, like other NFT related videos and guides like that. So hopefully I'll get back to the point where I'll make another Eternal Paradox video. But if people want to help me with at least trying to gain traction on the Eternal Paradox videos, I will share the video that I made a couple months ago for Eternal Paradox, and hopefully more people share it and we can get more people to find out about the game that way. The video is only a couple of months old and it didn't get like a crazy amount of views, so I don't think it gathered like that many new players. Let's see if I can find it. I'll just search up in my channel. Atlas says, not about earning more, about the game, getting new people, and some detail that can help people enjoy the game more. Yeah, you're right. Like even some basic details that apparently people didn't know, like that you can hunt more monsters than just one at a time. And just talk about the game a little bit more. I did see, I think it was, I might be mispronouncing her name, but I think it was Uzia that was working on some more Eternal Paradox content, and that was cool. I was happy to see that. I told her she's doing good with the first couple of videos that I've seen, and she should keep doing that. I don't know if she's still making videos for Eternal Paradox. It can be a little bit discouraging if like she doesn't get that many views. I get that, but I'm sure that the people who are here still appreciate that. Let me see if I can find that Eternal Paradox video. Four months ago, Eternal Paradox beginner information. I highly suggest that video for anybody that's interested in Eternal Paradox. Though it only did get 500 views. So I guess the video just didn't gain enough traction on the YouTube algorithm. The one before that also shared a good amount of tips. Talking about Captain Gear when it first released. The one before that is the one I spent a good amount, or actually, yeah, this one took a while. How to earn Eternal Time Token. This was a huge explanation, and it's outdated, unfortunately. It is a little outdated. There's more ways to earn the daily price points for the Eternal Time Token. But it's still a decent video. Basic things about Eternal Paradox that I learned from the beta test. Yeah, I think it used to get more views than it does now, unfortunately. It is kind of difficult to make Eternal Paradox video because there's like so much to talk about. It would have to be like little discussions at a time. So I don't really like to do that, but yeah, a good thing to keep in mind. I'll keep that in mind, that you would like to see more Eternal Paradox content. And I still play the game too. I haven't been like as active as I was like a couple seasons back. Because I'm just checking out other things. Like recently I played Expedition 33. That game was great. And playing Oblivion Remastered. Don't have infinite time, unfortunately, but still trying to do fun, play some fun stuff. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else here. I'll have to read the Gala chat later. The last check on the production monitor. There it is, 260 per hour. Definitely working now. I'm gonna end in 12th place. That's my guess now. 12th place ending. Damn, not even close to 10th. Alright, okay. Alright, I tried. I get your point, thanks for the content and everything. Yeah, for sure. Let's get first place in this conquest for sure. It's difficult, that's true, but you gotta try. Rachel says, holy salt field stuff. Yeah, it's a lot of salty salts, a lot. And I was wondering at first, how the heck am I gonna get to 250 per hour? I can't even make enough salt for it. Now I did pick up more salty salt fields in addition to the legendary tree farms. All of that to get this high of a rate. I did want to challenge myself. Yeah, I did have to like spend some money to hopefully be able to continue to use these in future competitions. I feel like they do get used a good amounts, so that's why I decided to get those. But yeah, helps a lot. I had none to spare this time on the guild library. I used them all. Oh, the Eternal Paradox Conquest, I mean, they take a lot of... They take strategizing, but they also take luck. Like, clearly we don't have the power to beat the first place guild, so there is luck involved. That is true. There's money involved, yes, but there's also luck involved. Alright, but that's gonna be it. Best of luck to everybody for the rest of the competition. I'm gonna see what I can eat right now, I'm not even sure. And then I'll take a break. I don't really have anything planned for the rest of today. If anything, maybe I'll check out the freaking Miranda's playtest on tomorrow or Thursday, but I don't want to make any promises. If anything, on my spare time, actually I do want to like start working on the next video idea for Townstar, but we'll see how long that takes. But for now, yeah, that's gonna be it. I'm gonna leave it running. Yeah, I'll leave it like this. And as always, I'll be on Discord. Last thing I'll leave you with is a reminder to be safe if you're doing any trades with anybody in the trade market. I guess NFT Harbor is safe, right? But if you're doing any peer-to-peer trades with anybody, be safe. Remember, the first person to send takes all the risk. Just a reminder, just putting it out there just in case. But yeah, thank you all for being here. Bye-bye, Juxies. Bye-bye, Rachel. See you later, Lazy. DC. Thank you all. See ya.